name is Omishade Bernie Scott, and I am the creator and chief curatorial officer for the Black Girl's Guide to Surviving Menopause, and we are in Luquillo, Puerto Rico. I can't believe we're on our fourth. I can't believe this is the last one. We've been traveling all the way from the UK to Puerto Rico this year as a part of the diasporic tour. We're hosting two events. The first event that we're hosting here in Luquillo is our Menopausal Multiverse pop-up in Love Soul Beautiful Soul Space. What that will be is for the community to be able to come through, check out the Black Girl's Guide to Surviving Menopause, learn about the work that we're doing, engage with the Say More deck, have conversations with each other, eat really good food, and to experience the conversation in real time. The second event is going to be our Orishi dinner. Now, we've had this in other places, but what's different this time, it's a much smaller, intimate group. It's gonna be on the rooftop of Love So Beautiful. And this time, we're going to have a guest speaker, Dr. Auri Torres Sanchez, a community health educator. She is a public health professional. She's gonna speak to our group about the experiences of Puerto Rican women, reproductive coercion, eugenics, reproductive health, and also how we as a community can come together across the diaspora to support each other.
Today we are having a pop-up.
Today's Menopausal Multiverse pop-up here in Luquillo, Puerto Rico is just the bottom level of Love So Beautiful. In the soul space, we had some hors d'oeuvres, some foods. On the outside, we have our journal station where people get to pick up a free journal to come into this room where we engage them with the Say More deck and those meditation paths called Journaling Our Journey.
We've had some really lovely and interesting people. Everyone here is wanting to learn and a very willingness to have these deep conversations about menopause and all the aspects of life.
I already talked about administration, but not exactly about menopause. Young people actually don't look so interested in that. And I would like to share that interest in others.
Se siente muy bien porque precisamente lo que me gusta es conectar, que es mi superpoder. Pienso que cuando conectamos las personas, podemos encontrar las cosas que tenemos en común y intercambiar en solidaridad.
We've had some really deep and interesting conversations to shed the layers and get deep with people and have real, meaningful conversations. It's been really cool and eye-opening.
All the society needs to hear it, that it's a beautiful part of women's journey and that everybody should be aware of what it means and how to travel it.
So for our first event for the Menopausal Multiverse pop-up, it was so sweet. We had families come through. I think some of the youngest people to come through were 5 years old. And then the second event, the Orishi dinner, this was a beautiful intergenerational collection of people. We had best friends coming, we had sisters, we had people who do work together in the community. Chef Luis turned around some yummy, delicious food for us.
It's catered with the local food, so that everybody can come around and have a very home meal where we can just sit and have a conversation, because I feel like the best conversations happen over dinner.
We've just been learning so much about how similar and different our experiences are as people of African descent. We're also learning about how our stories connect to each other as people of the global majority.
I am here with this lovely group of people and we are discussing women, menopause, and just vibing and connecting and sharing.
I think this is a gift to the community. I think it's something that's needed.
When it comes to what can we do, to support each other, to support the community, to support our partners. Feel like it's something that's still not talked about enough.
My mom was always kind of like, aging's not fun and you have to fight it and stay young and this and that. It's not till now that she's going through it that we're having these conversations, and I guess now I can understand a little bit more what I'm gonna be going through.
I appreciated this. I've never been in a conversation about menopause.
And I think it's a needed conversation because as we saw, there were so many people that hadn't ever had the conversation before they actually reached menopause.
This was medicine. It was very medicinal in a way I didn't know I needed. Never seen anything like this, but it feels so necessary at the same time. Like, I'm here and it feels like, duh, why wouldn't we have spaces like this where people of all age and across generations are able to talk about what we go through and the shifts in our bodies.
It doesn't mean that you're less of a woman. It doesn't mean you're less of anything. If anything, it gives you the opportunity to renacer, no? To become reborn.
If I could say anything to you, my sisters, your period is a beautiful thing, yet know one day this too will end. And when it ends, it doesn't mean the end of your life, which is what I thought. What menopause means to you is a different time in your life, a different etapa, a different stage, where you truly get to be and find your best personal self.
I hope that when it's my turn, I have a community like this that I can actually have these conversations with and not feel so isolated in these moments.
Having the Black Girls Guide to Menopause here is an amazing experience. They're such a synergy, energy group, balanced and calm and very purpose-driven and heart-centered.
This project is so beautiful and it's so full of strength and love.
Definitely feeling proud about us and ending the tour on this leg here in Luquillo, Puerto Rico. Also, part of what we're doing for this last leg is celebrating what we've done and accomplished and figuring out how to shift to make sure all of our strengths are held, all of our passions can be actualized.
With Puerto Rico being the fourth event right now, the feeling that keeps coming up for me is gratitude. We've learned so much. We've made so many connections. We've had so many great conversations. And I know that the stories that come up out of this last trip will meet up with the stories from everywhere else we've been. And all of these stories will create a larger narrative for us and a larger understanding of the experiences of Black people in menopause. And I'm grateful.